Hello everyone, welcome to another reaction video. It's finally happening. Finally, I'm reacting to episode 21 of interface called Restoration. It's once again been a while since I've recorded these. I once again do apologize to anyone who's been looking forward to them, especially since even after I'm done recording, there's no guarantee you'll see it in the next couple of days, so the next couple of days definitely, but it will probably take maybe, if you're lucky, this is coming out a day after I'm recording it, but most likely it'll take at least 3 days, maybe. But yeah, so I have caught up on everything. I even had a nice little summary slash theory crafting comment that I read that once again just summed everything up quite nicely, even though I've been informed that it's not entirely it's just everyone has their own answers to some questions right now because not everything has been answered, so I am aware that I should not take anything I see from commenters literally, even though there's basically only been one very active commenter. I noticed you multiple times now. Anyway, before I keep talking right now, there's gonna be more talking at the end of this reaction video, so let's just get into watching it. Restoration, curious what it might be about. Probably about restoring something. But what exactly? Well, we'll have to wait and see. The bonds between Henrik and his great-granddaughter. A bond that probably never really existed up until now. Restoring something. Restoring Henrik to his former self, maybe? Before he basically went full-on immortal. We'll see, we'll see. So let's just begin in 3, 2, 1, and go. Well, this place definitely looks like it could need some restoring. Wow. I mean, look at that. Seriously. Honestly, that place could be in better shape. But what are we looking at exactly? Some kind of ruins that looks like... Yeah, no. Can't really say for sure what exactly it is. Wait, was that the amusement park that burned down? The one Mischief was working at? I think it might be, it could be, but I don't know for sure. Well, that certainly looks like a skull of some kind. At least it looks a little bit like there's a face on it.
It was the midst of World War II, where
Oh.
newly developed technology was rapidly being created, deployed, and tested. The Philadelphia
Joseph
experiment was not
greetings,
a
huh?
routine test. As a fresh recruit to the U.S. Navy,
And they're talking
Joseph
about the
Greetings
ship
was
that
one
started.
of the first, one of the few, to witness the
That was the
paradigm
octopus,
shift
right?
that haunts us to this day.
Because the chef, right?
You know him as the CEO of Greetings Robotics
Never mind.
who founded the company with a mandate to restore life as it was before.
Yeah, right, by creating something
Restoration
using
is the
cerebral
primary goal
electricity.
of our benefactors. But we have many goals.
Many goals, huh?
What do you say to those born after 1943? Those born into this new world who believe things are normal.
Good question. I mean, to them it is
Restoration to them
normal.
has a different meaning.
It's hard to explain to those who have not lived it. Our mission on board that ship was to make matter invisible.
Yes. You wanted to cloak yourself, but then you got teleported.
We also made visible much more. It was an inevitability. Human scientific curiosity would force us to cross that threshold eventually. But much like
I'm a
nuclear
beautiful
war,
sunflower,
the
to
ozone
quote
layer,
Mischief here.
global warming, its discovery also led to the understanding of how it can destroy us.
Okay. Oh. So immediately affected the Statue of Liberty in some way, apparently just recoloring it. And it recolored the ocean, it recolored everything basically. So cerebral electricity immediately began recoloring the world. I mean, it explains why why everything looks the way it does. I thought it was just a stylistic choice or something, but I guess cerebral electricity was directly responsible for it, huh? I mean, considering it can fuse people to the hulls of ships, destroy them entirely and stuff like that, one would assume it could recolor the world. That can't be pleasant. Oh, okay, that's very not pleasant. Uh, okay. So when this stuff was discovered, a lot of stuff went wrong. Like, seriously, a lot of it went wrong. There's no way that's Mischief, right? I mean, that's the same pose Mischief was in when he talked about how he was destroyed and stuff. Was he destroyed because he was fired at? Did that destroy him for some reason? I'd assume he would be able to endure it somehow, considering how powerful he is. I'd assume it would take something like Kami to take him down. Then again, at that point, he basically wasn't used to this yet. He only just became, can you say became one with cerebral electricity? It only became part of him in that very moment, so maybe that's why they could destroy him that way. Again, but that's just me assuming that this is indeed Mischief. I have no confirmation of that. It was just putting clues together. And then there's you. Created by Greetings Robotics, supposedly to save everyone.
What do you say to those who are afraid of what's to come?
That is an
I tell them,
interesting question.
if they're afraid now, it's because they were born into this nightmare.
Is Kami out the window?
And who's casting the shadows? Besides, the vast majority is already on board. They welcome these changes. They have faith in us. World governments have faith in us. We know what the best interests are.
If you say so, but I still think creating Kami was a bad idea. Because, yeah. But that might be because Mischief is kind of one of the main characters of this show, and Kami and Mischief seem to be on opposing sides, so you're likely to side with Mischief because, you know, main character bias. And therefore be against Kami, but the only people Kami has fought were, well, were those anomalies. Though, again, so far they didn't seem inherently evil. Especially the chef. He didn't seem to do anything wrong. Mischief maybe a little bit. There's still a lot we don't know about him. And yes, it was him. That's definitely Mischief emerging. So the founder of Greetings Robotics has encountered Mischief. And away he goes. Just boo. And I'm out of here. Nice. So yeah, I was correct in assuming that that was Mischief's creation. So he was destroyed, as he said, forced to regain his physicality. So that was the scene. And I'm guessing he was just destroyed by being mercilessly fired at. Which, I mean, he was able to recover from it, but let's face it, if he was used to cerebral electricity at this point already, he probably wouldn't have even been destroyed. Then again, though, we don't really know what Mischief is capable of. We know he's capable of transforming and stuff. And I mean transforming into a lot of different things. But we have yet to see any kind of offensive capabilities of him. I think I talked about that before. And I think if we ever get into a situation where he and Kami get into a fight, then we might be able to see what he's capable of. But that's if that happens. And honestly, I am not sure if this is the kind of series that would delve into a full-on, combat scene. I mean, the one with the tentacle chef dude was kind of a combat scene, but it wasn't very long. And I feel like if Mischief and Kami fought, it would definitely be a more extensive combat scene. And I'm not sure if this is the kind of series where we can expect that kind of stuff, so yeah, we might never get to see Mischief's full offensive capabilities. But considering how quickly he can move and how he's able to transform into so many different things, you'd assume he's pretty powerful. Especially considering he survived by, this initial destruction he had to face. And he was able to fully restore his physicality. But that's not the restoration they were talking about. So it's definitely about restoring the world to its former self, as the boss of Greetings Robotics talked about it. The thing is, they want to restore the world to what it was before the discovery of cerebral electricity. And to do that, they created a robot running basically entirely on cerebral electricity. And they're using these panels made out of cerebral electricity to reconstruct buildings. So considering they want to go back to how everything was before, they're definitely relying a lot on that stuff. Then again, you could always make the excuse, well, in order to fight against cerebral electricity and to find a solution to restoring everything to before its discovery, you have to use the very same power you want to work against. Still, part of me feels like they either have no idea what they're doing, or they're just blatantly lying, or yeah, they are willing to restore everything to its former self. The world to its former self. They just want to then keep using cerebral electricity for their own benefit afterwards. But I guess we'll find out more about that stuff later on. I'm not sure if I'm gonna jump into episode 22 right away. Normally I record 2 in a row, but I might take a short break. Though I'll probably record the next episode before you get to see this one again. And I will, after watching episode 22, I will also watch a little bit of a short. I was told that that takes place in between episode 22 and 23, so I'll watch it right after episode 22. And yeah, and 23 is, I think, currently the final episode, right? Well, maybe by the time this is uploaded, there's gonna be another episode. But as far as I'm aware, episode 23 is currently the final one, so we're almost caught up. Caught up, just a little bit more. Anyway, this is where I'm ending this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the future as well. So until then, bye!